What up guys, welcome back to the garage, man. Today we're gonna be working on Braven's bumper. I want to do something kind of different, or I don't know, I'll get into it here in a moment. But as you guys know, we were prepping this 90 to 91 Integra rear bumper, and then we noticed the bumper that came on Braven's car, which is a 92-93 versus the 90-91. It just has a little bit more of an aggressive look to it that honestly we don't want to go without, man. Like, we have a 92-93 front bumper for this, so we would really like to keep that trend with the rear bumper and do a 92-93 on the rear as well. But that bumper needs some help, man. It most certainly isn't in the best condition. But before we get into that, dude, I want to try to do a top mile an hour on the Ruckus, bro. I'm really upset that I didn't make any videos with this thing whenever we first got it, because that was my whole plan for it, was for the transformation from stock. You guys never got to really see this thing completely stock. We didn't even have it for 3 days and this thing got wrecked, man. Long story short, I'm not gonna put anybody on blast. I've already done that, so I'm just gonna leave all the details out. Not even 3 days into having it, it got wrecked. So we didn't get to do any of the before and after videos that I really wanted to do with the Ruckus. But I will tell you that before we tore it down, did the airbox delete, changed out the jets in the carburetor and all that kind of stuff, like, I wasn't able to get this thing to pass 30 miles an hour. I mean, that is like fully into it, like from one end of the street all the way to the other end. Braven was able to get it up past 30, but I probably weigh close to 100 pounds more than Braven does, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I want to do right now, because I have noticed that it will pass 30 now. But I want to see how fast I can get it to go in the current state, because you guys know I do want to upgrade this thing some more in the future. Be straight up with you, I wouldn't mind to see how much we can actually get out of this stock 49cc get engine, but eventually I'm probably just gonna end up swapping this to a GY6. Anyhow, let's take this thing for a rip really quick. Bro, that was about 37 miles an hour. Now, before we do any kind of like actual performance upgrades on this, download a GPS app on my phone so that we can get a little bit more precise of a mile an hour. Because I kind of want to do that with this, man. Like a bunch of before and afters. Like, just do little performance upgrades and see what kind of mile an hour improvement that we can get. I mean, this thing isn't fast by any means, but I don't know, I enjoy seeing what we get out of little upgrades. So like, seriously, going down to where I went down to the second exit on my street and then took this center road. I don't know the exact distance, but doing that same drive before, I would probably barely get up to 30 miles an hour. So definitely an improvement with the airbox delete. It probably has a lot to do with the fact that we cleaned that carburetor too. Did you guys see how bad that thing was before we tore it all apart? So the new jets cleaned the carburetor and did this airbox delete, and that's pretty much all that I've done really for performance upgrades. I haven't gotten rid of any weight. If anything, I've added weight with the extension. And another thing is this rear wheel is bent to hell. Like, I saw it in the comments on the last video. Everybody's commenting about it. I am aware that this wheel is bent, but I'm sure we are losing some momentum there. I want to do an aftermarket exhaust, which should let this thing breathe a little bit better. Dude, they have so much stuff for this little 49cc engine. Right now it has a rev limiter on it. They have some kind of box that gets rid of the rev limiter. They have ignition, like timing boxes and stuff. Like, they have all kinds of stuff you can do to this, man. We'll get into it, dude. We'll get into it. But anyhow, enough of the ruckus. Why on earth do we have a DC Integra bumper out here? Anyhow, what I'm wanting to do to Braven's bumper would be completely useless if I can't get this out. So what I'm gonna do is try to get this out first to make sure that I'm gonna be able to get this to actually look halfway decent. So what I'm gonna be doing is using my heat gun and just warming it up and just slowly trying to form this plastic back out. Got a couple of screwdrivers. I found the one that has like the most rounded edge on it, so I can kind of try to press the plastic without leaving impressions in it. I hope this goes well, man. I really freaking do. So if you get this plastic warm enough, you can actually flex it. The idea here is to try to make it look better and not make it look worse, you know what I mean? Because sometimes it's really hard to get it to the right shape. So you kind of have to push it out, and then you have to hold it while it cools down, or else it just sucks right back in. That's actually not terrible, dude. I mean, don't get me wrong, it looks horrible right now, but we basically got the shape all back in. It looks like it's obviously high right here, but it looks like it might be a little bit low right here. What I'm gonna do is go get the sander, and I'm gonna kind of sand this area and smoothen it out. And as I'm sanding it, it's obviously gonna reveal like high and low spots and stuff. I'll knock some of this paint off and some of these high spots, and then it'll give us an idea if there's anything that we need to heat up and press back out. The idea is to use as little body filler as possible, but I do feel pretty confident that we're gonna be able to get that out, man, which is good, because this is a 92, 93 bumper, and it's getting so freaking hard to find OEM stuff, man. Have I mentioned I love this thing? I also really love my mosquito repellent. If you guys are noticing the smoke bellowing out from behind the bumper, that's what it is the mosquito repellent. I really appreciate the stuff that you guys send me, man. DBFam most certainly is strong. Looking out for a brother. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and heat this up and push some more areas out, and then continue sanding, and then try to push and sand and push and sand. Basically try to get like all the low spots out. Hopefully we don't have to use any Bondo. That would be pretty dope if I can just kind of create high spots, like little high spots, and then sand it smooth. And then like right here is low. I'll try to warm that up and push it down to where it's slightly high, and then sand it smooth, you know what I mean? And just keep on going back and forth until we have it looking good, like this side over here. I swear I thought I was gonna walk over here and see this side dented too. I'd have been pissed. Not gonna lie, dude, I'm pretty proud of how this is coming out. So there it is so far, and then I'm gonna sand it really quick. Bro, I am extremely stoked about how good this came out. Now there are some little pits and stuff in it, but that's to be expected, man. I mean, this thing was just crinkled all the way to frickin'. But anyhow, high build primer now will basically take care of all that little stuff that's left. But what's super dope is we don't have to use any freaking Bondo, man. So that's what I was going for. I mean, sometimes you have to, but I don't mind like scratches and stuff filling in with Bondo. But a place like this, I mean, think about it, bro. Like if you pull off of a curb or something, like this is something that flexes. You know, like I don't want a large chunk of Bondo filling something in right here. What if he flexes that on something one day and it just goes crack and falls out? So, but hell yeah, dude, there it is. So just a little bit of patience. Believe me, I understand. I am the last one to preach about patience because I most certainly don't have patience. That's why I don't like wiring. But if you have a little bit of patience, man, you can fix stuff like that. I mean, now I think I want to try my hand at fixing that front bumper, trying to do a little bit better. We already got a 92, 93 front bumper for his car, but with how hard it is to find 92, 93 bumpers for Integras nowadays, I may as well try to fix it, you know, save another one. Yes, it is time to clean once again because we prepped the other two bumpers. We prepped the 9091. Now we got to get this thing prepped. I want to get it all cleaned up and get it all sanded and everything before we move forward with the next step of what it is I want to do to this thing. Alright, now I'm gonna take this thing out here into the spray booth, get it all prepped up. Bang, bang. For the most part, I just want to get this bumper caught up to this one, get it all sanded and scuffed up, get all this flaking paint knocked off, get it ready for primer before we move on to my plan to do with this. Kind of second guessing it because I don't want to mess it up, because we actually have a really nice bumper now that we got that knocked out, but I don't know. I think if it works out, it'll be worth it, and it'll be just a subtle detail that will just set Braven's car apart from others. Cleaned up, all prepped, all sanded, all repaired. Braven just got home from school. Braven! Hey there, buddy.
What's up, Bob?
So, what did you just get done saying right now?
Oh, about the bumper?
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, wait. I was like, this is the side that happened? Because this before was like pushed all the way in.
Yeah, it's pretty sick, huh?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm surprised it came out so clean. Like, I'm actually kind of proud of that. Now I want to try again on that front bumper. I mean, we already have a front bumper for your car, but I want to try to like fix it, you know, just because how hard it is to find these bumpers nowadays. But now on to my master plan, which requires some paint remover, which Braven is currently looking for. Bang bang, found some stripper. And no, I'm not talking about that one chick you remember from high school. Kind of reminds me of that. Well, damn, bro, that definitely worked. That worked a lot better than what I was expecting. So all the way down to the plastic. So if you haven't guessed it yet, I'm actually going to be cutting this section out of the DC Integra bumper where it says Integra. And we are going to be retrofitting that to Braven's 92, 93 bumpers. So basically, we're going to be taking that and putting it on his DA bumper. I don't know. I thought it was a pretty dope-ass idea. Braven and I talked about it. He likes the idea. I think it's just going to be like just a little added detail that you don't normally see, and it'll just kind of set his car apart from others. Really hope I don't mess this up, especially since we just basically got this bumper damn near perfect. Anyhow, first thing I'm gonna do is I gotta measure this, and then I'm gonna go make a stencil out of vinyl. Basically, I'm gonna make a sticker, like a box to go around that, but I'm gonna make two, so I can stick a box around the Integra and then cut it out and then I'll have the exact same box that I can just put onto this bumper and then cut it out so we know that it's gonna be the same size. Anyhow, I'm excited for this, so I'm just gonna get into it. So like I was saying, on this one, that spacing, this big white box on the top, doesn't matter. We are using that for the spacing on the DA bumper. What matters on this is making sure that we get that word Integra lined up inside of that box right there, so in which we did. So now I made a 1/4 inch box around the outside, and that is that line that is pulled out. That is our cut line. So as long as I just keep my jigsaw inside of that little line right there, then we should be pretty good. Whenever I cut this one and then cut that one, they should just fit inside of there perfectly. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and drill a hole at all 4 corners so I can actually get my jigsaw in. And remember, what we want on this piece is the inside. So I don't want to drill my holes on the inside. I want to drill my holes on the outside. I'll have to do the exact opposite on the DA bumper. I keep wanting to call it an Integra bumper, but they're both Integra bumpers. Bada boom, bada bing, boy. There's our puzzle piece. Now we just gotta go and cut the other bumper. Alright, so now I just do the exact same thing. Once we cut that box out, then this will fit right inside of there. You know what I'm saying? And I included that spacing that I was talking about. So we measured and decided how far down we wanted it, and then I included that in with the stencil. So all I had to do is just bump this sticker up to the bottom of the molding, and then I know it's going to be straight. But of course, I most certainly am going to double check it real quick. Sitting at 1 inch on the right hand side, and sitting at 1 inch on the left hand side. Hell yeah. Measure twice, cut once, what's up? But remember though, we want to drill our holes on the inside of the box this time, because the inside of the box is what's coming out. So with a little bit of filing, got to fit in there nice and tight, bro. That's kind of what I was looking for, is I wanted it to be snug. There is a slight gap in some areas, but we are gonna have to fill it. I mean, there's no way around that. Now, in order to truly finish this project, I ordered something from Amazon, and I was still kind of waiting for it to get here. It's supposed to be here today. So it actually says it's on its way, so it should be here any second. Hopefully it comes soon so I can get this done. What it is that we have here, my friend? Game changer. Yes. 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 Game changer. Yes. Game changer.
What is it?
Really? I already told you what it is. Jackal.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So this has those little staples. So it's like a heating gun, right? It's got a heating element. And you have all these different like little staple type things that you slide in here, and it gets it really hot, and then you go tss, and then it stays in there, and then you use the little cutters and you cut off the little pieces that are sticking out. But yeah, that is what we are going to be able to use to actually staple that thing on the back. And then this is basically, oh, of course there's a piece of freaking tape. Yeah. So this is basically the same concept as soldering. You have an iron that gets really hot, and then you have a bunch of plastic like sticks, bro.
Sheesh.
That's freaking dope.
Yeah.
This is exciting, man. So I'm sure you guys have seen this. I know I've seen it on like Instagram and stuff before, but these are what they're calling staples. So it's just basically a piece of wire, bro, and it's like bent in that shape. So this right here goes into this gun. All right, so it goes into that gun like that, and then you pull the trigger and it's supposed to heat that. Oh shit, yeah, you see that like right away. Oh shoot, so that gets glowing hot, and then you press it into the bumper or whatever it is that you're trying to staple together. And I was looking up tips, bro. It tells you to give it a little bit of a twist and it'll help it to stick in there a little bit better. Let it cool off, and then you just pull it out.
Oh.
And then it like melts pieces. So basically what we're gonna do is on that piece is you would cross it like that. So we'll glue one end into the bumper and glue one end into our little square piece that we put on, and then just go all the way around.
I thought it would just get hot and you just rub it and it'll just like slowly like.
No, it leaves that metal in there, so it's even stronger. So now you have these little tabs and you can just cut them off, but if it's on the back side, it doesn't really matter. You could actually use these like to melt into the back of the bumper. That'd be pretty dope to like bend it over to like hold wires or something. I don't know. It's just an idea. I actually seen somebody else mention that, and that's the reason why I bring it up, but it is a good idea. Anyhow, but that's basically what we're gonna do here, is we're gonna go around just all the way around, dude. Just freaking staple that thing in there. All right, so there's all the staples all put. I keep doing that. I'm like, staples. Like, I don't know. I don't see them as staples, but that's what they call them, bro. It is what it is. So now we have it all stapled in there, so it holds it for the most part, but you can flex that thing kind of back and forth, you know what I'm saying? So that's not the finished product quite yet, but I need to go through and basically cut all these little tails off. Watch your eyes. Come on. Oh, wow. Where'd that go? So gotta cut all these tails off, and then I'm gonna go through with the other iron and actually add some more plastic on here and seal that all the way around so it's nice and solid. The fan on, so it's blowing all this damn smoke out of here, because that stuff stink, bro. And actually, they warn you, they tell you that this stuff is bad for your health, you know what I'm saying? But I feel fine. Anyhow, that's the process, bros. I'm just putting a stick of that freaking plastic that it comes with over the seam, and I'm just holding this iron on there until it melts, and you just kind of smear it. And you want to make sure that when you smear it, that you're smearing it onto both sides, you know what I mean? So onto the bumper and to our little Integra square. So it's like basically like welding it together, bro. It's actually pretty sick. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but you know, of course, like if this was something that had to look good, you can come back and smoothen it out and sand it and get it looking nice, but this is on the inside of the bumper, so you ain't never gonna see it. This definitely is pretty sick, man. I'm glad I have this thing now. Wow, when you look at that, that came out pretty freaking nice, huh? All right, here's the moment of truth though. Gotta flip it over and actually see what it looks like. Didn't come out too bad, man. I mean, you can fill it around the edge, which isn't a big deal. What I'm gonna do is go ahead and sand it right now, get everything nice and flush. I'm kind of torn. I don't know if I want to use body filler to go around the edge, or if I want to just try that plastic welder and just kind of build up a bead around the edge and then sand it back down smooth or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Alright, that's pretty much it so far, guys. Now I still have to do the body work on it and obviously get them painted and everything, but we're gonna do that tomorrow, of course. I went around the seam on the front with this JB Weld plastic weld stuff that we had gotten. I started to try to use the plastic welder, but it wasn't working out the way that I wanted it to. I was just afraid of messing up the actual letters, you know what I'm saying? But I put this stuff on and it has sat for a couple of hours now. I'm gonna let it sit until tomorrow before I actually go and sand it smooth. But yeah, that's just the seal up the seam around the front. Of course, we need to hit this with some high build primer and stuff and really get it like dialed in to where it just looks like one piece. But yeah, please do throw it in the comments, man, what you guys think. I think it was a pretty dope idea, just a little added touch, you know what I'm saying? Anyhow, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please do smash the like button, and if you didn't, then, well, you already know. Maybe you just need to lower your standards a little bit. Peace.